This lesson is about the rectangular coordinate system and graphing linear equations. So the first thing we're going to do is plot points. So there's 4 quadrants in the rectangular coordinate system. This is quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and quadrant 4. And there's 2 axes, the x-axis right here and the y-axis. When we do ordered pairs, we need 2 coordinates, the x-coordinate and the y-coordinate. So let's graph a few of these things. The first one we're going to graph is 0, 0, and I'm going to graph in red. 0, 0 is right here, and it's called the origin. Notice how it is not in any one of the quadrants. It's actually where the 2 axes meet, where the x and the y axes meet is called the origin, and it has ordered pair 0, 0. The next one is 1, 2. That means from 0, 0, I'm going to go x-coordinate of 1, so I would be right about here, and the y-coordinate, from there I'm going to go up 2. So here's my point, 1, 2. So I might as well label it. Now it's in quadrant 1. 3, 4 is my next one. So I have from the origin, I start right at the origin, I'm going to go to the right 3, and that gets me right here on my x-axis, but that's not the point. That would be 3, 0. But now I have to go up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's the point, 3, 4. And that is also in quadrant 1. Next one is 5, -4. So we're starting at the origin. So we're going to go over 5 to the right and down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the point, 5, -4, and it's in quadrant 4. Let's do the next one. -4, 0. So from the origin, -4, I always move the x-axis first, then the y-axis. So I'm going to go -4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 0, which means I don't move up or down. So this is the point, -4, 0, and it's on the x-axis. It's not in a quadrant. It's right on the border. Next one is -2, -2. So I start at the origin. I'm going to go left 2 and then down 2. So this will be -2, -2. And that's in quadrant 3. And last but not least, 0, 2. 0 means I start at 0 and I don't go left or right, so I need to go up 2. And there it is. So this is the point 0, 2, and it's on the y-axis. Again, not in a particular quadrant, it's on a boundary. Now we're going to talk about equations in 2 variables, and then eventually we'll graph these as lines. So now we're going to determine whether the ordered pair is a solution. So what we're going to do is the 3 is the x value, the 2 is the y value. Then we're going to pop 3 in for x and 2 in for y and see if it works. So 3 plus 2 equals 5. 5 equals 5. So yes, 3, 2 is a solution. Let's try the next one. X take away y equals 5. Well, I'm going to put 3 in for x, 2 in for y. 3 take away 2 equals 5. Does not work. So no, 3, 2 is not a solution. So far we've graphed ordered pairs. Now we're determining whether an ordered pair is solution to a linear equation. Now we're going to do 2 more of these. We're going to put in 3 for x on this one and 1 for y. So 2 times 3 minus 1. Does that equal 5? Using our order of operations, we're going to multiply first. Yes, 5 equals 5. So yes, 3, 1 is a solution. Okay, let's do the next one. 3, 8. This one, we change it up. We got to put 3 in for x and 8 in for y. So it's 3 times 8 minus 2 times 3 plus 6. I would recommend writing it out first before you do any of the math. 3 times 8 is 24. 2 times 3 is 6. Plus 6, 24 does not equal 12. Therefore, no, 3, 8 is not a solution. Okay, so now we're going to graph some lines, and we're going to use it using a table form. So what we're going to do is right now what I did was I wrote out a table, then we'll graph the points that we get, and then we'll graph the line. Okay, so here's the first one. If I put 0 in for x, I want to figure out what y is. So x plus y equals 5. I'm putting in 0 in for x. So y is equal to 5. So the ordered pair is 0, 5. And I can graph that ordered pair because I know how to do it. Start at the origin, and I'm going to just go up 5. That's the point, 0, 5. All right, let's do the next one. Now I'm just picking values at random and popping them in and getting the other one. So now let's look at the number 1. If I put 1 in for x into the same equation, y is equal to 4. So the point is 1, 4. So I'm going to graph that. It's over 1 on the x-axis and up 4. This is the point 1, 4. And now I'm looking good. Last but not least, I want to put 0 in, not for x, but for y, and get the x value. So let's do that. X plus y equals 5. So I'm going to pop in 0 for y, just arbitrarily picking random values. So x is going to equal 5. So the ordered pair is now 5, 0, and I can graph that. I start at the origin. I'm going to go over 5 on the x-axis, not going up or down on the y. There it is. And now I can actually graph this line. What line is it? It's the line that represents x plus y is equal to 5. And any single point along this line will work in that equation. Okay, here's another one. I'm going to do the same thing, only I'm going to have a little bit more complicated equation. The equation is y is equal to 2x plus 5. So the first value I'm going to put in is 0 for x. Write the original equation down. I'm going to put 0 in for x. So y is equal to 5. So I have the ordered pair 0, 5. So 0, 5, 0, 5, which is not a point on every single line. It just was on the other one too. Next one, I'm going to put negative 1 in for x. So I write my original equation down. I'm going to put negative 1 in for x and get the y value. So y is equal to 3. So the ordered pair is negative 1, 3, and I can graph that. I'm going to go left 1 on the x and up 3 on the y, and there it is. Beautiful. Last but not least, I'm going to put 0 in for y. So here's my equation. 0 in for y. And now I have a nice linear equation to solve. So sometimes you have to employ the linear solving tools. Divide by 2. So negative 5 divided by 2 is a negative 2.5. So I get negative 2.5 comma 0, which is kind of good because we haven't graphed an in-between guy yet. That means I'm going to go left 2.5 right there. Right smack dab in the middle of negative 2 and negative 3. And we're not going up or down, so that's negative 2.5 comma 0. And now we have a nice line to graph. And what is this line? Y is equal to 2x plus 5. Perfect. Now let's graph this line. X is equal to 5. Now there's no y values in here. Since there's no y mentioned, y can be anything. So we're just going to pick 3 random values for y. Let's do 0, negative 1, and 1. The ordered pair is 5 comma 0, 5 comma negative 1, and 5 comma 1. So let's graph those. To the right 5, don't go up or down on the y. To the right 5, down 1 on the y. And to the right 5, up 1 on the y. So I draw this. It's a nice vertical line. X is equal to 5. And the last equation we're going to graph is 2x plus 5y equals 10. On this one, you are not given any random values in a table. We're going to make it up ourselves. Okay, so let's pick a value for x. Let's do 0 for x. We'll put in 0 for y. And those are the only 2 points we're going to graph in this one. So we're going to get 2x plus 5y is equal to 10. So I'm going to put 0 in for x. So 5y equals 10, y equals 2. So the ordered pair is 0, comma 2. Let's graph that. 0, comma 2 is right here. Next, 2x plus 5y is equal to 10. I'm going to put 0 in for y this time. So 2x equals 10. X is equal to 5. The ordered pair is 5, comma 0. I graph it. I draw a line between them, and I'm done. Now you're able to do the assignment associated with this lesson. Good luck. Ask lots of questions of your teachers if you need it.